17 or 18 graduates. 17 or 18 graduates, which was insignificant. That amounts to absolutely nothing. Dr. Sabakino Kivulu Jacob is a historian at Kinshasa University. One of the problems we had was the lack of an elite of well-trained managers, especially compared to former French and British colonies. No elite, no trouble. Pas d'élite, pas d'aliment. But for an independent Congo, no elite meant a lot of trouble. What infrastructure had been left behind was undermined by corruption and mismanagement. Mobutu Sese Seko, when he finally took control as president, continued to enrich himself, much as the Belgians and multinationals had done before him. He gave the country yet another name, Zaire, and he urged his people to abandon Christian names and embrace their African cultural identity. It was known as authenticité.
When he came with the authenticity and the Zaireanization, then things start to go down for the church. It was the time he was rejecting all, Christians, things like names, like school, and he got even all the schools and hospitals from the church and so on. It was very difficult.
Father Saint-Orient Lopoke trains priests entering the Catholic Church.
He tried for only 5 years, but it did not work. So he came back, called the church, and gave back schools and hospitals to the church because he saw that he was not able to do anything.
Foreign evangelical movements found fertile ground in what's now called the Democratic Republic of Congo. Korean and American churches have established a firm foothold. Here's one I went to last Sunday.
This is the Campagne area outside the center of Kinshasa. Come here to La Présence de Dieu Church, the Presence of God Church. We had difficulty finding it. Outside about 200 or 300 luxury cars. We thought it was where a salesman had his business at first. The church is doing very well for itself. And right outside the door, you can hear the generator. It's keeping everybody supplied with energy for the prayers and the songs within.
Et la victoire à tous égards. Au nom de Jésus-Christ. Au nom de Jésus. Et que les miracles se fassent pour vous. Que Dieu vous bénisse abondamment.
My full name is François Xavier Kabimba. I'm pastor at La Présence de Dieu Church in Kinshasa.
Thank you for receiving me and for speaking such brilliant English.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Now, you were telling me that you learnt your English working for the private sector and stuff like that. How useful is that background?
Yeah, in fact, that background is very important because I'm actually able to use what I have learned in terms of administration and so on, and we are just applying the same system inside the church so that the things can run properly instead of just doing like people who doesn't know what they are doing. In terms of growth and expansion, we are just using what science is providing us as tools and what the Bible is providing us also as tools. So combining those two, we can be successful in whatever we are doing now.
You'll know from your experience that many people outside the Democratic Republic of Congo have perhaps conceptions of a country that's very poor, where people are not educated, where they don't have spare money. What I saw when I came here was a very positive experience, reinforcing the need to succeed. Would you say that's correct?
Exactly. I can even give an example. In all the countries we have been around the world, you will see people being successful and others not being successful. But we cannot say that in DRC, everyone is doing things wrongly. And one of the things that we usually do is helping people in terms of developing their education. We work a lot to give to people, even those who doesn't have any money for learning. so that they can go to school, and when they are done with their school, they can get job and be successful in life. So we consider that our situation in DRC is not pathetic. It is something we can correct using the Word of God and whatever God has given to us. So the more rich people are helping the less rich people, so the poor. I don't want to say poor, but we can say that.
It's not just wealthy Congolese who are taking things into their own hands. There's a more grassroots movement that's thrived in the last few years.
We've got to a very popular and populated area of Kinshasa, and my driver Raymond is with me. He's going to tell me which district and which road we're in. Dans quel quartier, quelle route là?
On est dans le quartier Yolo et l'avenue c'est l'avenue Capella.
So we're in Capella Avenue. In the background, you can hear a church called Église de Réveil, quite simply the revivalist church in Congo of the Congo. There's 3 or 4 people outside drumming up a congregation as people walk along this Sunday morning. Now we're going to drive along at about a running pace to try to give you an idea of just how many churches there are in this one street. Okay, here we are. We're about 20 meters down the road, and there's something going on. C'est pas une église, ça? Oh, it's not just music. That is another revivalist church. It's just in a front yard, in a compound just off the road.